short video training session on how to have your business highly valuated if you're looking to raise capital or sell your business. This can be something that's really valuable, high leverage knowledge if you're a business manager. It also can be really useful if you are a CEO or a small business owner, because at some point you're probably either going to want to sell a part of your business, raise capital for your business, or sell out your whole business to retire or move on to other opportunities. So these are all tips from things that I've learned from going to conferences and seminars, reading books and articles on this topic. And it's something that I've taken an interest in for many years, and I just wanted to share some of this knowledge that I've gained in this area with you here today. So the first tip is to document everything in your business so that everything is following a recipe. For example, in one business that I ran a few years ago, we had a 23-step process for launching a new service in the business. And if we followed those 23 steps, we knew that that new service would come out high quality, would have all the features people liked, would have a lot of the benefits people looked for, and have a relatively good chance of being successful and delivering a lot of value to our customers. Now, before I wrote down those 23 steps in that recipe, I would be working with contractors and helping creating new services, and oftentimes I would be explaining each part. When they're done with the first part, I'd explain the second part over email, and it was this hugely intense email-based conversations with multiple contractors in different parts of the world. And the better way to do that, obviously, I found, was by putting all those steps in one central location, having people follow that recipe. You get better results, it's more efficient, it's easier to train somebody, and if you're going to sell your business, as we're talking about here, it's going to let someone else be able to run your business if you do this in all the different parts of your business. One way of doing this is to choose 5 or 10 kind of made-up processes, like how a customer gets to know and starts working with your business. Another way is how your product or service is created. Another one might be the maintenance of your product or service. Another one might be the delivery or confirmation of a sale. And those are larger overall processes of how money and customers flow through your business. Then there might be individual checklists and things to do in terms of monthly website updates, monthly business updates, accounting procedures, things that have to do with QuickBooks, mechanics and stuff like that. Don't have to be in a process map form, but maybe a checklist would be really helpful. And if you have that, it can be kind of a training manual for your business. So when someone comes to look at your business, you can either show them a brief version of that, show it to them in person, maybe don't give it to them to take home, or they could somewhat copy your business in some cases, or have them sign a non-compete, non-disclosure agreement. Unless they buy your business, they're not allowed to use that information or to take it or share it with anybody. You have to gauge in your industry, in your position, and the people you're working with that might buy your business, how much risk there is and how much you show them. But it definitely is going to make somebody more confident about buying your business. You can show them a couple of those example processes, show them how well documented everything is, show them how serious you take your business. Nobody wants to buy a business or invest in a business that is a garage run, fly-by-night, half-serious business that somehow makes money, but there's no consistent work being done, there's no consistent processes being followed. Maybe the person just got lucky. Maybe it's their Midas touch. Maybe they just have some great charisma about them. That's the only reason their business is making money. Nobody wants to buy a business or invest in a business like that. It's not sustainable long term. So you have to look very, very sustainable. And along those same lines, another tip is to be as transparent as possible. You want to be transparent in your tax returns if possible, how much money you make, your gross margins, your net margins, how much profit you make, what your costs are, your advertising costs, your marketing costs, your accounting costs, your payroll costs, all of the major cost areas of your business you should have down to a percentage and dollar amount and show those trends over the years. This is all really important numbers to have, and again, it shows that you're professional, prepared, and you take your business seriously, because if you don't, why should anyone else take you seriously? It's similar to showing up to a job interview. If you don't have a professional resume, or if there's spelling mistakes over it and you forgot to put your education on there, how's anyone going to take you seriously when there's other competitors for that same job? If you're trying to sell your business and you meet with an investor and you don't even know your gross margins, or you don't even know what your advertising versus marketing costs are, or your payroll versus accounting costs are, how serious are you really about both running your business and selling it? Another tip is to make sure that you realize certain types of revenue are worth more than others. If you have reoccurring revenue, like a subscription-based model, where the average customer is subscribed for 3, 5, or 7 years, that's very strong. If your subscription period is just for 3 to 5 months, but you constantly have new people coming in, that can be strong and somewhat reliable. If it's a one-time sale and that's the only time you work with that customer, that can be a little bit harder to sell that type of business, but it totally depends on the industry and the niche. But those are things that can affect the multiple of which someone will pay for your business. The more that someone can rely on the fact that the money's going to keep coming in after they take over your business, the higher multiple they can pay. If somebody has 10 years of average subscription length for their customers in their business, and 80% of their customers stay that long, somebody could pay a very high multiple for that business. Whereas, again, if it's very short, it's a lower multiple. So it's something to consider and remember when trying to sell your business. Another thing that's important is brand promise. People want a brand that's well positioned in the overall marketplace, within your niche. Hopefully you're number one, within your individual niche, as well as in search engines such as Google, Bing, and social media networks such as Facebook and LinkedIn.com. If you're all over those websites and every time somebody searches for something in your niche, they're bumping into your name, your ebook, your products, that's going to go a long ways to show other people you've done a ton of hard work to position your business that would be very hard for competitors to replicate. And that's something that can go a long ways for not always raising the multiple, but at least sustaining a average industry multiple and maybe creating some more competition for the sale. Another tip in selling your business is to make sure that you put out there the patents, proprietary processes, and trademarks you've developed. Those are things that other people cannot take away from you, at least not very easily. If you've trademarked certain slogans or ideas that are really branded into people's minds, if you've spent money to patent a process or idea that makes it so other people can't easily copy your business, that could be something that others would respect and want to take advantage of. And that leads me to my next point, which is to really focus on choke points and bottlenecks in your business when you're trying to sell it. Hopefully, through the development of your business, you've came to control some sort of central part, a central cost center, a central lead generator for your business, and you're able to control that to some degree. This could be a case of just a few competitors controlling that area, or you could be the sole person controlling that area of the marketplace. And buyers want that. Buyers want the strategic advantages of buying your business in addition to just buying it for the revenue and its ability to make money. There's a few different types of buyers, obviously, that you could be talking to. Some buyers simply want to add your business to their portfolio of diverse businesses. Other buyers want to get into a marketplace. Other buyers, which can sometimes be the best to work with, are large giants in the marketplace. They see you up and coming and growing. They could use some of your knowledge, skills, processes, and abilities, and they're buying you as a strategic asset because they see buying you as a way to leapfrog competition, to skip a few years of development, to be able to move down that channel of business much faster than trying to develop it themselves. And it's important to think about where your buyer is coming from and where your targeted buyer is coming from. Who do you think is realistically going to want to buy your business? How are you a strategic asset to a large business if that's what you want to do and that's who you want to sell your business to? How can you make it easy for someone else to run your business if they've never worked in your industry before? You have to know who your potential buyer is, or have a pretty good idea who the 80% chance buyer is, so you can craft all of your pitch materials and your marketing book and everything about how you're going to sell your business to that specific person and target group, because your language will be different, your sophistication level will be different, the words you use will be different, and it can really make you more effective if you know what audience you're really talking to. Another tip for selling your business is just to make sure that agreements and partnerships you have in place are secured long term. You might have a loose partnership with somebody, like maybe there's 3 popular blogs in the software industry and you're selling your software business. And within your niche of the software industry, there's 3 popular blogs. Maybe you advertise on all 3, or maybe you advertise on 2 out of the 3. Maybe you're paying them $300 a month for those advertisements. But a competitor could come along and replace that at any time and replace you by paying more, or by crowding you out. Now you have 3 competitors all advertising on the same blog. What you could do is secure a very long-term relationship with that blogger and say, we want to advertise with you long-term. Can you give us a slight discount if we sign up for 2 years? And in return, for that 10% discount, that agreement to pay you for 2 years at $300 a month. We would like exclusivity here, so you don't put any of our competitors on here alongside of us. Then you're locking up that advertising channel, and that can be an asset for the potential buyer. The longer you can lock up choke points and advertising channels and lead channels for your business, the better. And oftentimes, even if you don't get a discount, you can at least secure in that price. And the truth is that price might have otherwise gone up. So you're really getting multiple benefits by doing this. So even if you fail at selling your business, you could be well positioned in the future regardless. So a lot of these things are just really good for making your business more competitive. And looking at maybe selling your business can just be a catalyst for having a more competitive business. The last thing I'd like to emphasize is that there's a lot of accounting and financial auditing that needs to go on if you're serious about selling your business and it's grown beyond just a few $100,000. So having financial audits completed on your business for the past several years will show, again, investors that you're serious about your business. It'll show your board of advisors that you're serious, and it will allow people to see that you have positioned your business to be something that's not going to be a huge headache to investigate and complete due diligence on. If somebody's looking at 4 businesses to potentially acquire, and 3 of them have financial audits and a complete business plan, they know all their figures, they know their numbers, they know their costs, and the 4th one, has a little bit messier documentation, looks like they don't know what they're doing, they haven't got any coaching or studied this area at all, so they look like amateurs and they're wasting the person's time, they haven't had a financial audit completed for more than 1 year. All those things are going to really affect what someone's willing to pay for your business, because misinformation or being scared of the unknown is going to result in a lower valuation and less capital raise or a lower offering price for your business. So I hope all of these tips really help you. This is a topic we'll be coming back to again within our programs, and this is one of the highest leverage areas. Besides studying marketing in general, I think if you're responsible for eventually selling your business or raising capital for it, this is one of the highest leverage areas you can possibly study in business management. So hope you enjoyed this short video. Thanks for joining us here today. It's businesstraining.com, where you can earn master's level qualifications to make more money.